Change begins with a conversation. We connect, we grow, we challenge our assumptions and experiences, we build bridges of understanding. This simple act has the power to disrupt prejudice and upend stereotypes. Conversation is where empathy is born and movements bloom. It is the thread that keeps the fabric of our communities intact. Change begins with a conversation, and the conversation begins at OC Human Relations.
We first started working with the Counsel back in the early 90s. We had an incident at one of our schools and we needed expertise with staff development and how we could make a difference with our students and our communities.
Human relations has become part of our DNA, part of our culture in the Anaheim Union High School District.
You recognize that there are issues. We should come together and try to find solutions to problems that face us all.
For decades, we have brought diverse people together to build community, solve problems, and resolve conflict. Our team is in your cities and schools every day, armed with a belief in the value of all people and the skills to bring them together.
At Union Bank, we recognize the value and impact that Orange County human relations programs like Bridges, community building, hate crime prevention, and mediation have in the community.
One of our new programs is something called restorative justice. Because of the lack of resources, schools have sometimes had to let the difficult students go by the wayside. And what's happened is that these individuals have had the opportunities to have a second chance.
So when you talk about closing the achievement gap, unlimited opportunities for all students, college and career preparation, none of that happens if students don't feel like they belong, if they don't have a sense of connection, if they don't feel included or valued.
We're looking at students as assets rather than deficits to help students understand that they're part of the solution.
We know that the solutions to many of today's human relations challenges are found within the people of our county. And the partnerships that OC Human Relations has with schools, communities, and cities help us reach thousands of people every year who then take the work of safe and inclusive communities forward across the county.
So what the Human Relations Council and their restorative justice practices have brought to the district is for kids to become self-reflective, that they can have ownership in a positive way to help restore justice.
Yes, it can be uncomfortable to face differences, but the risk is worth the reward. The discomfort means that we're growing and challenging our assumptions and biases. The growth brings richness to our lives. The connections give meaning, and joining together to fight hate and bigotry gives us purpose.
And human relations work is kind of like having a garden. If you don't tend to it, the weeds will come back. It's something that needs to be taken care of on a daily basis and not stopped once you think you've got the job done, because the job is never done.
It can't be a one-shot deal. There is no magic bullet. So the work of human relations is ongoing and has to be a sustained effort.
We look at it as development of emotional intelligence. So I really think that Human Relations Council is needed more than ever in these partnerships.
I feel so very good about the fact that the resources that I provide help build programs that make such a big difference here in Orange County. They affect all the people that otherwise don't have a voice, and it gives people the opportunity to be at the table to take control of their own destiny.
If we want to live a better world for our children, let's teach them to be understanding, compassionate, and loving. Let's lead by example. This is what Orange County Human Relations is doing, helping to make Orange County a better place for all.